of things went wrong, but it went well enough for them to win. I won the class that I was in. But little things like because I'd only put the costume on for the first time a few days before, I originally had a mechanism for the leg to open up, and the idea was to spin the Auto 9 and put it in. I couldn't. I couldn't see my leg. I couldn't spin the gun because of the gloves. I couldn't do anything, so the audio had the spinning, never worked. But yeah, and they went up there, did that, and it all went very well, and I loved it. And hopefully, by showing you that whole process, that somebody out there might be interested in doing it himself. So, has anyone got any questions about building a costume? Because if you've got anything, I'm here, I can tell you now. You got any questions? Did I cover everything? Okay. Hello? Yep. The easiest place to start as a cosplayer. First off, what I'd recommend is to get yourself a handful of different materials and find out what you're good at. Some people are really good at sewing. I've literally just started sewing costumes now. I've got my first sewn costume coming out later on. I've got a new pyramid head from the game coming out. And that's the first time I'd actually done that. But get some materials and try and find out, because you might find that you're a whiz at EVA foam, so then go for it. Build some props maybe first. I always start at the helmet. When I build something, I build a helmet, therefore I've got something sitting on a shelf looking cool that inspires me to finish it off. So yeah, start at the head, start at the helmet, or make a weapon, and find the material that you're good with, and then go from there. Yeah. Yep. What's
the cheapest thing you could use to cosplay?
The cheapest, paper and card. Pepper Cooler is very cool because you can build your 3D models. So you can make a little model that big. You can make a little helmet, and then you just up the scale, make it bigger. The thing about Pepper Cooler is it's very tedious. It takes a long time of just cutting, sticking. If you do Pepper Cooler, the first time I did it, I cut out all the pieces first, because I thought that was a good idea. And then it was like a gigantic small piece jigsaw with no picture. So, and I'd look at it and say, glue 22445 to 22446. Right. And you've got to sift through it. So, yeah, I'd say leave it in the sheets and do each piece individually, but paper's the cheapest. Anything else? Oh, yeah. Oh, hang on, there's a microphone coming to you.
Hi.
Hi.
App do you use for modeling?
App?
Yeah.
What, for modeling?
Modeling.
For what kind of models?
For helmet, like suppose, how do you build that?
Oops, sorry,
3D printer, using 3D printer.
Oh, 3D printing?
Yeah. Do you use the 3D printer or you do something else?
No, I use a 3D printer. For models, you basically depend on the printer you get. You sometimes get. I use Perusa printers. Comes with all the software you need. You drop your 3D models in there and create them from there. There's a website called Thingiverse. Has anyone heard of Thingiverse? Yeah, very cool website. Thingiverse, everyone shares files. Whenever I make a file, or I find a file, or I change a file, that's where I go out and I share it for other people to use. A good example is the Ectovan outside. It's got a little radome on top. That is actually I just upped the scale of there's little cylinders on the gizmo on the Ghostbuster costume I have. And I just took that, made it really big, painted a red line, a couple of red lines on it, stuck it on the roof. So yeah, but when it comes to software, I just use what came with my printer with the Prusa. Anything else, anyone? No. Okay, well, I hope I've covered everything. I say a big thank you to Galaxy for inviting me to chat about costumes. If you've got any questions about anything, I will be over in my little area, and I'm also one of the judges for the masquerade, so I'll be looking at your costumes and having a good old poke and prod. But yeah, you can always go to my Facebook, Dax79. If you Google Dax79, you'll find me, and if you've ever got any questions, let me know. There you go.